topics in a examine ways of sequencing topics in the scheme of work. Sequencing topics in a scheme of work is an important process that requires careful consideration of the subject matter, the intended learning outcomes, and the abilities of the learners. Here are some ways to sequence topics in a scheme of work. 1. Chronological order. This method involves sequencing topics in the order in which they occurred or were developed historically. This approach works well for subjects such as history, science, and literature. 2. Conceptual order. This method involves sequencing topics according to their level of difficulty or complexity. It starts with fundamental concepts and builds upon them, gradually increasing the level of difficulty. This approach works well for subjects such as math and science. 3. Spiral approach. This method involves teaching topics in a sequence that revisits them periodically, building upon previous knowledge and reinforcing understanding. 4. Thematic approach. This method involves sequencing topics based on a common theme or topic. This approach works well for interdisciplinary subjects such as social studies and environmental education. 5. Integrated approach. This method involves integrating different subjects into a comprehensive scheme of work. This approach works well for subjects that require an interdisciplinary approach, such as humanities and social sciences. 6. Problem-based approach. This method involves sequencing topics based on real-life problems, allowing learners to develop problem-solving skills and critical thinking. This approach works well for subjects that require practical application, such as engineering and business studies. In summary, sequencing topics in a scheme of work requires careful consideration of the subject matter, the intended learning outcomes, and the abilities of the learners. Different methods can be used, including chronological order, conceptual order, spiral approach, thematic approach, integrated approach, and problem-based approach.